Well, it's a very good morning. Welcome to it. This is Beyond the Itinerary with Uncle Zach and my buddy right here. How you doing, buddy?
All good.
Yeah.
All good, actually.
Good to see you.
Good morning and all those good things.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's been a frantic week because we've got all these events happening this weekend and next weekend.
Yeah.
So the juggle of trying to get everybody in the studio before their shows start and before the events happen, and Christmas is always round the corner. So all the shows and all the events are just like juggled in the air. Can they make it? Can they not?
Yeah.
So it's been one of those.
And you and your trips, buddy. It's like 1 minute you're going to Uganda, the next minute you're not, and then you're going, then you're not. And
I
then
know, it's
like,
sad, because every time I say to them, guys, I really can't make it, they go, what is it you need? Then I say, well, you don't have internet for the 12 hours I'm in the car. Sorted. We've got an internet unit in the car. Next. Then I say, well, my health is not that great. And they go, doctor on standby. Next. So I thought, actually, I'm going to Uganda.
Yo,
So
just
I'm like,
that.
okay, I leave on Thursday for the Renzori Marathon.
So last night when I last spoke to you, we're not going. I
Correct.
get here in the morning,
And I'm going.
and now you're going. Like
Doesn't
5
matter
minutes
what I
ago.
did. Doesn't matter what I did. Paul said, what do you need?
Yeah.
I will make sure it happens. I
What
was like,
are you gonna do there? Are you gonna do the actual walk?
No. They've said I will be transferred to the event via the Queen Elizabeth Park, where they've put on international media. And because each ambassador was able to invite one journalist from each country, from their country.
Mm-hmm.
I was invited by our ambassador as the South Africa representative.
Ah.
And that's why it became such a key thing that I went, was purely because otherwise the Uganda people in South Africa wouldn't have a representative at this event.
And you represent them.
And I'm
buddy.
representing Uganda for South Africa, which is quite cool, actually.
That is so cool. And you're a white lady.
Yeah, and I'm white chick too, and
Can
I'm
you
old,
believe it?
which is like even better. So it was really, really awesome. And they've just done. I've been watching the group, and they invite every time somebody arrives at the airport. There's this big fanfare of who's arriving, and I'm thinking to myself, I arrive at 3:00 in the morning, and I bet there's going to be nobody there. Sneaking under the cover of darkness.
Okay.
So they just said, just come along. If there's any issues or whatever, we'll put you on a plane straight back home.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It's good. I'm not in deepest, darkest Africa. I'm being well looked after. I guess I'm going.
So there is that big race. It's 80-something.
Yeah, it's the Renzori Marathon. And they still sent me a link and said, am I going to sign up? Have I signed up for the race yet?
God.
And I just laughed. I just wrote back and I said, is this contingent on whether I'm going or not?
Yeah. Wow.
And they were like, no. So I said, okay. Then I thought maybe that's a way I can say, well, because we're so busy here. You know, as a not only as a media house, we suddenly picked up the destination marketing. For every destination we visited, they have asked us to sign them up to market their destination in South Africa.
That's incredible.
So I think that has been really key to the fact that we know so much about when we go and visit a country. We really interrogate our visit. We look at everything. We talk to the people. We take our visits seriously. And that way they in turn have said, okay, we just love the work that you do. Would you do it for us as well?
Yeah.
So as a radio show for Beyond the Itinerary, it's also very good because we rely on sponsorship. So it's a really good thing for us to do as well. It's kind of, as I said to somebody this morning, I wish that it had happened when I was 40.
Oh, yeah.
But I've spent probably the better part of my life doing my profiles and begging to be accepted in the media circles. I get to 65 and everybody goes, actually, you're worth having.
You know what they did say about Colonel Sanders, right? He started very late. In his 60s, he found his thing. Trump just started his new job again.
Oh, God. But that wasn't
as
a new
the
job.
president.
That was just a repeat of last time.
Yeah, but still, I mean, he's like, what? He's 80 and he started a new
Is
job.
he 80 already?
Isn't he like 70-something or what?
I don't know how old the guy is.
He's somewhere
actually.
around there. I don't know.
Oh, is he like 80?
Well, you know, all these politicians are around about the same age.
I
and
suppose they
still
spend
work.
their whole life kind of getting to that point. Huh?
Some become first-time parliamentarians at like 75 or so.
And in South Africa, because you would know.
Well, that too. Some of them become first-time parliamentarians
Really?
at that age, yeah.
I
So it's
didn't
never too
realise
late.
that. Never too late, no.
Never too late. So,
I mean, we
yeah.
know that because People's Theatre, who is our first set of guests in our studio today,
Uh-huh.
and I go way back.
Okay.
And our children, when they were little, my kids are now 32 and 36. There was a theatre in Windybrow. Was that also, I think, the People's
And
Theatre? Was
the
that where they
Intimate,
started?
which is just down
Down
the
the
road from
road?
the Civic, or
Yes.
the Joburg Theatre, yeah.
So those were all theatres that our children began at, and that's where the appreciation of theatre began.
Oh, wow.
So it's a long journey, because I mean, if Matthew's 32, he must have been 4 or 5 when he started going. So that's a 30-year relationship, you know.
Yeah. Incredible.
Because
man.
I think as soon as kids are little, you got to take them to the theatre, because that's where the appreciation begins, and it's thanks to people like you. Who have we got in the studio today? We have one whose name I can pronounce, and that's Giovanni Zappa.
Luciano. Zupa, yes.
Zupa. See, I always get it wrong. And every time I have him in the studio, I get the name wrong. And we'll introduce him first. And he has been in most of the shows they have at the People Theatre.
Okay.
Because he
read
just
his
is a
profile?
fun. You can read his profile, absolutely.
Here we go.
Okay. I wonder if he's heard his profile before.
I also wonder.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, first or guests for this first hour, it's the two gentlemen you can see right here in studio. Luciano Zupa. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He started his professional career almost 42 years ago. Wow. God damn. All right. At the famed number 58 Theatre Restaurant in Hillbrow, in the Cabaret Review, it's still rock and roll to us. Beatles in season, and bless my soul, it's rock and roll. Since then, he sung, danced, and acted his way around musicals, performing in cabaret shows, playing cabaret shows, plays, and musical theatre. His career has taken him on tours all over South Africa and the world. Luciano has started in many people's theatre productions, as he has a love for children's musical theatre, and he has enjoyed leading roles in how do you pronounce this?
Dr. Zeus.
No.
The Susical. The musical.
Susical
the musical.
Susical the musical.
Susical the musical. Wow. Okay.
Dr. Zeus. Have you not heard of Dr. Zeus?
I've heard of Dr. Zeus. I've
Yeah,
never
that's Susical the musical. Eh?
Horton the elephant.
Really? I see Shrek here.
Shrek, yeah.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
God damn, my kids would have loved these ones.
And he was Genie in...
Genie in Aladdin.
in Aladdin?
Last year, yeah.
Really?
End of last year.
Oh, yes, he was
Lovely
such a
production.
funny Genie as
He
well.
actually won the Naledi.
He did.
Well, not me.
Not you, but the
theatre,
show
yes.
did, yeah.
And Raymond won for best
Did Raymond win?
actor, yes.
And Raymond was just such a great Aladdin.
Aladdin, oh.
We interviewed them just before their show, and then we went to go and see it.
Oh.
And it was just awesome because, I mean, the People's Theatre is a theatre where they interact with all the kids. So in other words, unless you have kids, don't go. Because it's really, you need kids to go up on the stage. Otherwise, you're going to go up the stage. He's going to call you to wish you happy birthday.
Actually, we do get a lot of adults that come without kids.
Do
and
you?
They love it, yes.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
They always
there's a
sit at the
kid.
back, though.
I
I was
guess
going to say we sit at the back because otherwise they call you for your birthday or they
Yes.
want you to come and sing a song but it's very
You have to be a
interactive.
bee or a monkey,
A monkey,
or
yeah.
or a soldier or
And the
something.
children are, the stage is very low. So the stage is part of the seating, if you like. So the seating does go up a bit, but the stage is part of the audience. So the children don't have to clamber up or fall off a stage or whatever. So it's almost like they are in the audience when they're acting.
Oh, that's incredible, man. All right, so we also have Thokozani TK Gianni. Mr. TK Gianni is a musical
TK.
He's a musical theatre trained performer from Tshwane University of Technology. He's notable for being a 2-time Naledi Theatre Award nominee. With over a decade of experience in professional stage and television performance, his extensive stage works includes performances at various prominent theatres such as the Soweto Theatre, South African State Theatre, National Children's Theatre, People's Theatre at the Joburg Theatre, Teatro at Montecasino, and the Artscape Theatre in Cape Town. In addition to his musical achievements, Thokozane has appeared in multiple television commercials for brands like African Bank, MTN, Wimpy, Afbob, etc. He's also involved as a songwriter and voice artist for Takalani Sesame. My all-time favorite, Takalani Sesame. When you got kids, you know all these things, brothers.
How old are your kids now?
Okay, so my oldest one is 22, and then my second is 19, and then my last one is 14. So
Oh my word.
When did you start?
I started very early. But trust me, I've watched a lot of kiddie stuff. And I still do. So
But I must tell you, the live theatre is really, it makes such a big difference to little ones.
Yeah.
Because there's two reactions. So we've got grandchildren who are like 5 and he's got ADHD. And then we've got another little one who's 3 who's curious about everything.
Yeah.
So we sent them off to go and watch Aladdin. And off they went, or was it Dr. Seussical? It was one of those. The one who had ADHD never moved the entire show. He was riveted. And he was delighted when they called him up.
Wow.
The little one who was curious left within half an hour and refused to go back.
Wow.
As far as she's concerned, theatre's not for her. Wow. So they've never been able to take her back, because every time she kind of comes past the theatre, she goes, I don't think so. So it's interesting how the different types of children relate to the audience being right there, the show being right there.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
But most children love it.
Yeah. All right, gents. So let's find out from you. I mean, let's start with you, sir. So how and when did it all start for you? I mean, you did say 42 years ago.
Yeah.
But where?
Well, in Hillbrow, there was a little, and it's still standing to this day, this little double-story semi-detached house.
Really?
That was converted into downstairs. There were 2 shops, and then you came in the entrance in the middle, upstairs, and there was a bar and a big kitchen and a big restaurant.
Yeah.
It started out with a very small stage, half the size of this table.
What?
And normally the drummer would have that part, he'd have his drum kit set up there.
On the stage.
And the bass player would be, and it was just on the floor with the people sitting at the tables eating and drinking.
Wow.
And then slowly but surely the stage got bigger.
Okay.
And eventually, it had a curtain at the back with the sound system behind, and the toilets were behind that. And then you could do little cabaret shows, and we had some amazing performers there. I mean, Mara Lowe performed there, Abigail Kubeka performed there, Judy Page, Leslie Ray Dowling, you probably wouldn't know now.
No.
But it was also sort of at the same time that the Market Theatre had been revamped and opened, and a lot of the actors from the Market Theatre, they'd go and do their plays at the Market Theatre, and then they'd need somewhere to go and eat, and they'd come to 58 to eat. And then, of course, audiences would see, oh my goodness, there's Sandra Prinsloo, and there's so-and-so, and there's so-and-so. So they'd tell their friends, oh, there's this place in Hillbrow that all these famous people are going to. Toby Kushlik, Joan Brickhill, Toby Cloneer. They'd all be sitting there having dinner with everyone else,
Wow.
So that's how the place got known, really.
It was multicultural at that time already.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it was
That's
so...
incredible.
Theatre has always been multicultural.
Oh, they'd always break the rules.
Yeah, they always have been multicultural.
So there was no police raids at the time?
Oh, no, we
No.
did, because we actually didn't have a liquor license.
It would be liquor.
Yeah, but then the owner became very good friends with the squad that would come and raid us. Eventually it was like, oh, y'all come in, have a drink, have something to eat. Okay, everyone, you can eat your dinner, and then you have to go, and then they'd pay the fine, and we'd open the next day again.
Oh, wow.
But then, like when it first started, before they'd become buddies with that squad that would raid us, sometimes the performer like Abigail would have to run into the kitchen in an evening gown, put an apron on, and pretend to be washing dishes.
Oh, wow.
Or cleaning plates and doing all that kind of stuff. They had to pretend that, and they'd be like, oh, what are you wearing to
Yeah.
clean dishes? So it was a very interesting time, an amazing time.
But I must say,
of theatre.
we were at the Ellis Park on Saturday watching the rugby, and you always go past, I think it's called Sivrite Avenue, passes the Alhambra Theatre, what used to be known as the Alhambra. And the Alhambra Theatre was just such an iconic spot because it had the big plays. It had like Agnes of God, and it had I Love My Wife,
Amadeus.
and all of those. Amadeus was there. And that was before musical theatre. That's when the guys had to remember their lines. So when it was theatre, like I Love My Wife with Toby Cornea and all of them, and they forgot their lines or something was really funny, they would laugh, we would laugh. And everybody had to wait till everybody finished laughing. And then they had to go off and start again. And then they would come back and they would laugh, and then they'd go off and start again. And that's what I think movies took away from us. It took that moment of laughter that you all shared as an audience and as a performer. We lost that.
And also in those days, people could create their own work or performance, like write their own plays.
Plays, yeah.
Where now I think it's a lot more difficult. You can do it in university or at college, but
For
where do you
commercial,
go
yeah,
to do stuff like
very
that anymore?
difficult.
Yeah, and even cabaret venues, there's nothing left.
But Jill writes all of your material, doesn't she?
Mostly, otherwise it's Disney scripts that we have.
So you're allowed to use those.
Yes, and she
So
has
it's
to pay
under
royalties.
license,
Yeah. So, yeah.
Tell us about the Frog Prince, because I know that.
Wait,
I know
hold
that
on.
Gisito's in on.
Before we go there, I want to first get him involved, Mr. TK right here.
Yeah.
So, brother, I mean, I read out your profile. So, when did it all start for you? Like, what made you think, being an actor on theatre, this is the way to go?
For me, it started back in the day where they used to.
Oh, you're looking good, by the way, gentlemen.
Of course,
Can I
Back
just
in the
say?
day.
Can I just say?
Like he's 80.
Bogart.
But all three of you are wearing Bogart, excuse me.
Yeah.
Just he's more flashy and you're more
Mine
subtle.
looks better.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thank
Sorry to interrupt you there, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, it started way back in the day where they used to advertise shows like African Footprint and those Makufe shows, and also African Footprint and stuff. So because of I used to like watching TV most of the time. So because of that, I kind of like fell in love with the whole thing there. Started singing their songs. And then I was like, you know what, wondering, what's the journey to actually be in theatre and stuff? So in 2012, I think, that's where a brochure was put on my table. They were like, okay, dude, here's a, what do you call this brochure? Or what do you call that? University prospectus or something like that. That thing.
Yeah.
It's put on my table. They were like, dude, you can actually go study musical theatre. I was like, okay, fine. But at that time, I was done with school and all of that. I was working. I was like, okay, fine, let me just go check it out. Because I did not know what musical theatre was all about. The only thing that I knew is that I love shows like African Footprint and Ipindombi and all of that. But I did not understand that they were under the umbrella of musical theatre. So went to TUT and they were like, okay, fine, this is musical theatre. Sing any musical. I'm like, musical? Well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
They're like, dude, musicals are like, Lion King and all of that. I was like, oh, so those are musicals. So from there, that's when, because, I'm from a family of musicians also and all of that.
Yeah.
So by the time I got there, I felt at home. I was like, this is what I've been wanting all this time.
Wow.
So from 2013 to 2015, I was being trained at TUT, and then afterwards, I had a privilege of working for People's Theatre. I think that was in 2017. But before that, we did Sarafina in black and white.
Oh, wow.
That was in...
Joburg Theatre.
No, sir. It was in Soweto Theatre. It was directed by Josiah Smalele.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So since
It's
then...
a classic on its own, that one.
It's a classic on its own. And I love how he did it because he put everyone in the same room and actually allowed us to look back to what was happening around the era and just be where they were, try and just feel whatever that was felt without us say for instance, because he put everyone, black and white, in the same room and was like, guys, I want us all to look at what was happening in the era so that we can portray it nicely on stage without us feeling like we're divided. Let us all be one in this. So it was a beautiful piece that he did there.
That's incredible,
So
man.
since then,
It just took off.
It just took off, yes.
Yeah.
And People's Theatre has been my home for about 4 years.
Wow, man.
And I was actually saying it yesterday that, I would, ever since I started, a year would go by without me noticing what happened. Because I'll start in Jan and then it'll be October.
Yeah.
I'll be on my 3rd show there.
And 4 shows a year.
4 shows a year,
Every year there's 4 shows.
Oh, that's
4 different
incredible.
shows, yeah.
Exactly.
So because we've seen how, like you're saying, some of the theatres are not, but we've also seen in new theatres like the Soweto Theatre that has been rebuilt.
Yes.
The old Roodepoort Theatre is still operational. It's incredible as well. I mean, is theatre going or attendance rising? Are people going to the theatre? We've seen movies, there's a decline. But have you guys seen any?
Well, we just did Matilda Junior.
Oh,
And we were sold out the entire run. It was chock-a-block. I think it depends on what it is, what show it is, and then word of mouth a lot of the times.
yeah.
I mean, Matilda, the kids just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, I remember Matilda as
The
well.
parents and the teachers sometimes had very strange looks on their faces because watching the parents in the show bully
Loving
their
it more.
children and they're sort of going, oh, I think I do that.
Oh, wow.
But that was I think that the wonderful thing about the People's Theatre is that they're able to take current shows, turn them into plays, and then watch the children see how they react. And they don't realize that you guys are in most of the shows. They just see a bean, or they see a Zeus, or they see somebody in a costume. So they relate to that costume.
Sometimes I've had dressed as Trunchbull and someone going, "You're Shrek." And I'm like, how do you even see that? I mean, some of them will recognize you from before. Yeah, some of
And
them.
you're in rehearsals already, aren't you?
Yes.
For the Frog Prince.
Yes.
The Frog Prince and other stories.
Yeah.
So I think that's always the refreshing thing is I love the graphics that always come out because we use the graphics to advertise the tickets. And it's good to see the shows starting to fill more and more than they used to be. It used to be a bit of an issue to get them there, but I think the theatre should also be attached to things like the Red Bus. And the Red Bus does that tour around Johannesburg. They should put the theatre on that bus route, especially the afternoon ones, because the bus, I think, runs till about 5 o'clock. So if they say, you know what, if you get on the Red Bus with your family, get off, watch the show, get back on, you don't have to worry about parking. Because then you still get to tour and you get to go back to Rosebank. And because the buses are continual, it drops you off and it picks you up again a bit later.
Yeah.
And those are things that people should be adding to our theatre.
Does it pass through?
Yeah, passes us
Passes
all day.
them.
You see them going
Yeah,
past.
passes that Rissik Street area.
Yeah.
And I just think we need to make tourism more aware of our theatres. Because when you come and visit our country, do you only want to see the monument? Or why not see a theatre? I mean, we
That's
all
a good
speak
idea.
English. So it also enhances and allows our actors like you guys to go overseas and do that show in the West End.
Yeah.
Because now more people are aware of it.
And a lot of like foreign directors or choreographers come out here to do shows, and they'll say the quality of theatre in this country is top class.
Really?
Sometimes it's even better than what they've seen on the West End or Broadway.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you. How do you prepare into a character? Like, I mean, you've played a couple of characters. Do you ever say no to characters?
No. I don't know. It's luckily, like with Jill, she'll get a piece that she wants to do, and she'll say, I think you'd be really nice for that character.
Oh, okay. And then you trust the judgment.
Yeah. She's got to put me in some way anyway, because they stuck with me, basically.
Yeah.
Now, when I arrived in 2017 to do Shrek, after I'd done that, I said to Jill and Keith, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here.
Wow.
It's like you were saying about in your 60s, finding something that people want you to do. Yeah, it's taken all this time to sort of find a spot,
Find your place.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I think that's the key, is that you guys are so flexible.
Yeah. Well, you
Because,
have to be,
you can be anything. Like you and I have to be Sipa or Dad or Janine or this is us. They can be anything. So he can
No,
wake
I
up
also
today
have-
and think,
I also
I'm
have
going to...
characters, trust me, buddy.
Oh, do you?
You only know this one.
Good dad and bad dad.
But tell me, TK, do you reject characters, or do you just take it as a challenge if they give you something you haven't?
I take it as a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, believe it or not, I was asked to play Crocodile in Sarafina in black and white.
Oh yeah,
Promise
crocodile.
you. Yeah.
Crocodile as in a real one,
No.
or crocodile
No,
as in a
as
character?
in a
Baddie.
Oh.
He was the baddie.
And you know,
The
this
bad guy.
light-skinned
Yes.
guy,
A
you know,
bad
playing
dude.
a bad
No.
dude. Yeah, so I took it as a challenge, you know,
Sure.
although it
And
kind of...
sometimes it's the most fun.
Yes,
You can really
yes.
get
But it
into
really
it.
took me a while to actually tap into it because with every character that I'm given, I start to check what is it that I can actually find that will bring me on a spot whereby I can be able to do that character. Say for instance, with the character of Crocodile, I had to. Because it was tough for me to actually get into it.
Yeah.
So I had to check something like Izo, and then I had to look for a light-skinned gangster, and I found Vuvu. And I was like, there you go, that's my Crocodile right now. I'm going to be Chester.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So I just pulled Chester in, I was like, and it worked.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't...
Don't you also find when you're walking in the street and you're the bad guy,
Ooh.
especially when you're like in a series, you know, like Seven Delan and stuff like that. My mother always used to see the baddie, you know, then she'll say, that man is a bad man. And I'll say, Mom, I think it's a character. So he kind of gets into this character. She goes, that man, he's a bad man. And I'll say to her, but, you know, but they get so involved in the series that they recognize. Do you find that when you're walking in the street, people recognize you and then associate you with a character?
Right now, the last show that I did was Calling Us Home. People in Cape Town, they still call me Nelson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I played the character Nelson. So they're like, hey, Nelson. I'm like, oh, hey.
And that's always, I find it the most interesting, is when
Shame.
you get
I worked
recognized.
with someone where we were working on a ship, and she'd been in Igoli, I think it was.
Yes.
And she was a baddie. She always was causing trouble and having people murdered, and this woman walked up
Wasn't
and
that
said,
Michelle,
"You."
whatever her name
No,
was?
no,
Yeah.
The Igoli, the one on Mnet.
Oh, yes.
I remember Igoli.
And this woman walked up to her and said, "You are just so horrible." And I said to her, "You do realize that she was acting. That's not real life." And the woman looked at me and just walked
But they
off.
don't. They disassociate that. When I was on Come Dine With Me, we had somebody on the group of 4 that really intended to nail me for everything. I was like nailed for everything. But I just laughed. I laughed my whole way through. And I said to her at one point, be very careful about being the bad guy, because we don't get a chance to become a good guy. Because this is a one-off. It's a once only. It's not like you get to come back and say, sorry for my behavior. She goes, but I'm going to win anyway. So I said, well, leave it up to you. Hey? But I know this show's a once only, and I'm going to be on this thing for the next 20 years. And I have been. Because for the next 20 years, every time somebody texts me and says, I see you're on TV again, we know there's going to be a repeat. And you kind of have to be careful. But people were recognizing me, and they were stopping me and saying, hi. And we're going, do I know you? Like, you know, because we're not used to that.
Absolutely.
It's not something that we're used to having. So they, you know, the one guy came up and he said, must I go smack Sarah for you? And I was like,
Oh.
no. And he goes, she was so mean. I said, listen, dude, it was just a show. Hey. I said, and also the way that it happens in around us and the way that they've edited it and portrayed it is a completely different story. So I said, so don't take what you see on TV as the real thing. Because those editors are really good about the way they put things. And I was looking and thinking, did that really happen? And then somebody would ask, how did that come about? I go, oh, because they told us what we had to say.
Oh.
So you kind of, reality TV is driven by the directors. It's not driven by you. Yeah, so it's the same as you when you're in a series or whatever. Your character's driven by your script and your director. It's not you as a person, you know.
The
So
worst is when you've got nothing to do with it. Like I get mistaken for Robert Whitehead,
Oh,
Barker
yeah,
Haynes.
that's so
Oh,
especially with my
my
glasses on. And I've gone to a drive-through and I just hear the staff and they go, Barker Haynes, Barker Haynes. I'm like, no, I'm not Barker Haynes. And they just don't believe me. They won't. They refuse to believe me. There's a burger place that it happens every time.
And then you should just smile and say, autographs,
no,
anyone?
can have for free.
And they often forget the role that you played as well, because they'll say hello and they'll call you by somebody, like you played TK in a series and you played Robert. He'll call you Robert because he'll forget the role that you actually played. So they'll confuse not only the name but the character.
Yeah.
So it's quite, and South Africans are they're very true to what they see on TV.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like, I have to often remind my husband that that's fake news, or that's not true, it's AI. Then he'll go, no, but it's, I go, just look for the signs. That's AI and it's not true. And that's what you have to kind of really be careful of, is what's true and what's not, because now it's all being blurred with AI.
Absolutely. So you have also gone into TV, you've done adverts as well?
Yes, sir.
How different is it to being on stage to being on camera, especially shooting an ad?
Okay, so the difference is that they normally say that, on film, they say less is more.
Okay.
Less is more. So on theater, you interact, so you have to act with your whole body, because now you're going to the audience. The audience has to read your act. But then with television, there's always like a close up, whereby the camera can capture everything, so you don't need to do much. You have to just be natural.
In a frame, yeah.
Yes, so you're in a frame, so you're fine. But theater, you have to use your body, gestures and all of that. So everything is big in theater.
Yeah.
And whilst television, everything you have to come to that natural way of reacting.
Yeah.
So that's...
So so when you prepare for characters, is it the same? Because I think of video like we'd be like going whatever about our business, but as soon as we come into the studio, you're slowly coming into a character. As soon as the mic switches on, the character comes on. But in terms of you guys, in terms of what you have done, how do you prepare for a character?
I think for me, in theater, I would more like psych myself up,
Okay.
Because
like you can do it.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. Because with theater, it's all about energy.
Yeah.
It's all about your presence there. Once you get in, you can't get in with a
bad mood.
Yes, a bad mood or low energy, because that's how the audience gets to interact with you. It's like you command attention when you do theater, but when you do TV, it's totally different.
Yeah, because you can do it again and again.
Absolutely, you can do it again and again, and you somehow have to center yourself and not be too much.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, I'm doing this, and then you find the director going like, okay, TK, that's too much. Just
tone down a
little bit. Yeah, so it's something like that.
I find when I do public speaking, it's like that. So you kind of look at the audience, and when you first walk out, and then I have the script, because I'm good with scripts. And then I get on that stage, and then I have a story to tell, and so goes the script. And everyone says, but that wasn't in the script. I go, well, you know what, don't give me one. Just give me a subject. Say, today you are talking about Uganda. Today you are talking about the Eastern Cape, and you're going to Craddock.
So you're not an actor then, friend?
No.
So that
I would make
work.
such a bad actor.
Because you don't want the script.
No, because my brain doesn't stick to that. Even when I'm doing a writing, when I write my articles or I write books, I have to write in short bits, because that's how my brain works.
You have a short attention span.
Very short.
Okay.
It's probably like 10 seconds.
No, I know this. I always have to call you back. Geniene, come back. We are talking about this.
So it does have an issue, but at the end of the day, I use it to my advantage. So when I'm doing public speaking, my sister says she always loves my talks because it starts off at one point and ends somewhere completely different. She said, but at least we're not bored.
Yeah.
We don't sit there watching a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, yes.
Because I never know if I'm going to stick to that PowerPoint presentation. I don't have one. I have whatever my subject is plays the video of that subject. So if I'm talking theatre,
of the story.
Let me tell you, but isn't that what theatre's about as well? You're telling a story.
Exactly.
And I'm sure sometimes you also go off script slightly when you see the engagement coming from the audience when you're doing a frog story, and you're telling a story about how beautiful the princess is, and you add a few little moments of your own.
I think you'd make a great
some
actress,
directors
though.
like that, some directors don't.
Really?
But it's also like having a good director that can
pick up the nuances.
pinpoint things and say, try this, or be uglier or angrier or happier, and that's all you just need.
I'd forget to be
your whole performance.
Can you imagine if I'm a baddie and I forget to be a baddie and I laugh? That would be really bad. So do you find that also sometimes happens? You're a baddie and you're supposed to be a baddie, and then something happens in the audience, and then you kind of think, I really want to laugh, but I can't.
It could actually work. Yeah, it could work. Say something awful is happening there. You could just pull that, sinister laugh or something.
And the kids are always sometimes you'll hear comments from the kids sometimes, which is really brilliant. Sometimes they are just amazing little comments, but you just got to keep going, and only when you get off stage you're like, did you hear what that child said?
It was
that's so funny.
Cool.
And then everyone has a good laugh. You try not
do
to
you
on
note
stage.
all of those comments for for
we
people who want to read about the
we rely
theatre?
on Raymond. He normally remembers all of that
Oh,
stuff.
does he? But that is so cool. And it's so good to see you using children, because they also use children from school. They're open to auditions. You must send your kids into audition. And what they do is they then shuffle the children around. So each child gets a turn to be on and not miss school. So they kind of have they shuffle the kids around.
Rehearsals on afternoons for the kids, and then performances they do like every second show.
Oh. So that it's
unless they're playing, like we had Matilda, we had 3 girls playing Matilda, so they every third day they would perform.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Frog Prince. So it's coming out when?
We'll be open on the 2nd
of
with previews of September, and then until the 21st of September.
Okay.
So it's not a long run.
Okay.
They've got to come. They've got to come and watch, because it's going to be over very quickly.
So what happens in the Frog Prince? Tell us the story.
Mr. King.
So who's the frog? Is the frog a
he's
prince?
not here.
The frog is not here.
Oh,
So it's basically stories that are put together. Obviously, it's an adaptation of the Frog Prince. So what's happening is that these stories are basically teaching morals, like compassion and all of that. So that's what we are trying to put on stage. That sometimes it happens that children maybe do not know when you tell them that they're being rude. They don't know when you tell them that they're being selfish and all of that. So we are trying to put all of that on stage to actually start now picking those things to say that when you do this, you should be careful of doing this and that and that and that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's more educational and just like trying to make them like socially somehow to be aware of their surroundings and their interactions and all of that. So it's more like that. It's those stories that teach about greed, that teach about being able to navigate a difficult situation as a kid. Because sometimes there are situations whereby kids do not know whether to go left or right. So those are the stories that actually give you that light to actually now realize that, okay, fine, this is a situation whereby I have to act this way.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a couple of stories that we are working on, and
And what character do you play?
Well, I play the king, and I play
So the frog is your son.
Well, no, not my son.
Oh,
but
okay.
He'll eventually be my son-in-law.
In-law, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll eventually be my son-in-law. So it's an interesting story.
God damn, I want to check this one out.
I think also when kids see a story happen in front of them, and they see, oh no, there's bullying, and then that one stands up to the bully, and it gets sorted out. They sort of incorporate that, or they remember that when something's happening in their lives, hopefully.
Yeah.
And they have tools then to understand or stop whatever's happening.
Absolutely. I mean, I just want to tell you this story. I remember growing up in the 80s when we used to watch a lot of Kung Fu movies.
Yes.
So after you watch it, you think you are the Shaolin Temple. You want to jump off the high walls. You want to kick. You want to fight. So it actually is true that the influence that TV and shows like yours has such an impact actually on kids, So it did it to us, so it's still going to continue.
The nunchakas come out.
Yeah, there we go.
And then before you know it, you're covered in bruises.
There. Bruises are interesting. Because I'm sure you get lots of those when you tumble unnecessarily, but you have to turn it into I'm supposed to tumble.
During rehearsals, I'll get in the shower and I'll be like, where did that come from? What's going on over there? I don't remember smacking my arm over there.
Yeah.
Where do other towns, cities in South Africa see something like your shows?
they'd have to come to the People's Theatre.
So it's just a Joburg
We
thing.
don't really tour. I know Jill has been interested in getting shows on tour, but it normally always falls apart
Because you need sponsors
financing
and finances
sponsors
and things.
like transport and
It
all
does
that kind
cost.
of stuff. Yeah, so getting it going, it always seems to fizzle out.
And that's quite sad because it's such a good thing,
Yeah.
the People's Theatre.
Yeah.
Their shows are lovely.
Are there lots of costumes for this particular play?
Yes,
Really? Yeah.
you've
So-
got a basic costume,
Okay.
and then especially the Tando, she's going to have to be changing into princess gowns and a spider costume, and she's got most of it, I think. With the guys, we're lucky. We just have, if he's king, he puts a big cape on and a crown.
Oh.
But it's a lot of, every story's got bits and pieces that you have to incorporate, and props as well.
And what character do you play on?
Well, I play a fisherman who has a very greedy wife, and he saves a fish. I'm trying to remember the type of fish. He's a flounder. That's it. A flounder, which is what best friends with Little Mermaid, with Ariel. He's a flounder. So he saves this flounder, and the flounder keeps telling him, "I'm actually a prince, and I can grant you wishes." So he goes to his wife and he says, "Oh, I found this fish, and he's going to grant me wishes." She sends him back, and she says, "I want a nice cottage." So she gets a cottage, and then she gets a castle, and then she wants to be king, and then she wants to be the ruler of the universe. So she gets greedier and greedier as they go along,
Yeah.
and he just has to deal with it, basically.
Wow, man.
It's a good
So
story.
it's a good story. I
Teaching
mean,
her greed and not to be greedy, because you be careful what you wish for.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So it's running from the 2nd until the 21st,
Yeah.
and anybody can come.
Oh,
And
yes.
where can they find the tickets and all of that?
The tickets are $175 at webtickets.co.za. And then Snare says just to contact her at the theatre directly for special pricing offered to the school groups and for those who join our Kids Club membership program. So with Kids Club, if they remember and they come to watch the show during their birthday month or close by, then we call them up, we sing happy birthday to them, we give them a little present, and we do photos with them.
Wow, that's incredible.
And they get a discount as well. And whoever comes with them, a special price, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so how many other shows are coming to the theatre this last couple of months before the year ends?
Well, yeah, we just did Matilda, then it's now Storybook, A Frog Prince, and other fantastic stories. And then we are doing Madagascar at the end of the year.
No way.
Is that the Christmas show?
Marty.
Are you Marty, bro?
Yeah, we're playing Marty.
That's incredible,
And
man.
he's brilliant. He even sounds like Chris Rock. He
No
does.
way.
Oh, my wish. So you see, you're going to have to go now. You're going to have to take all your older kids.
No, I'm taking them all
And
with
it's
me.
very high energy. That show is just, it's like, I like to move it, you know.
Yeah. And I've watched all of the Madagascar.
And which part are you in?
I'll be doing the costumes and set,
Oh, that's amazing.
but I'll be down in the Mandela
So you're going to do the Mandela?
doing the pantomime.
Oh, you're pantomiming.
Oh, you're doing the pen.
You see, he's such a popular dude, these two. They just like doing they do the rounds of theatre that's fun. You don't do the serious
All the
thing,
good jobs,
I think.
Just
Yeah.
keep it light.
Theatre should always be fun.
Yeah.
And I
When-
think they
when-
should bring back more speaking parts, not only music.
Oh, wow, Geniene, you're not a theatre person. are you?
No, but can I tell you something? I've seen a lot of musicals because I've been going to theatre since 2000.
Okay.
So that's when I started my media career, like in being in media. So we've been to a lot of shows.
Okay.
And I must tell you, I miss the Agnes of Gods and I miss the Amadeuses and I
But
miss...
Peter still does, eh? I mean, they've been doing the Agatha Christie's.
Yeah,
Now,
I've
I
been
think it's
to
going
see-
to become a
a regular
which
thing.
It was
Because
in the
it's so
80s.
nice to just watch a play.
Yeah.
It's not a musical, a play. Because there the actors have to know their script. Like sometimes in a musical, because there's so many of them singing, if you forget your lines, you just can kind of mouth it and others will pick it up. But when you're doing theatre, you have a speaking part. You have to remember your lines. You kind of got to do and it's so entertaining because it's not a retake. You watch them do it for the first time, and it's riveting actually to bring back real theatre. Because I watched Bitter Winter not so long ago with Paul Slabaleski's play Bitter Winter, it was done in one room, and it was done about an aging actor and a young actor and a young girl that was trying to get them. One had done his audition, the other one had got his audition, and it was an interaction between them. It was probably the best 80 minutes I've spent in a very long time. And I normally fall asleep a bit kind of halfway in because it's quiet and closed and lights off, and I can't do anything like work on my computer. But that was just riveting. And I see they've taken it to Cape Town now. It's gone to the Artscape. So it was a very well-written play. But it was nice to see a play for a change. And I think sometimes you guys miss that too, because you just want to be what you learned at drama school.
A lot of the stuff we do has a lot of dialogue as well. So there'll be dialogue scenes and then a song.
And then a song.
And then dialogue
That's
scenes.
what I liked about what you guys do at the People Theatre. There's a bit of both.
And also the Joburg Theatre are always doing incredible stuff. Not just musicals. And
there's so much variety. And it's
State
just
theatre
incredible.
as well as starting to make a comeback.
Oh,
And it's a beautiful theatre. It's really, it's a state of the art, literally, with Tshwane Tourism. They've been trying to promote the theatre as well, because you can do theatre nights. A while back when we saw Heel Against the Head, you know, when the guys did that rugby thing, we stayed at the Parktonian across the way. They had a theatre package, which meant you could go and have starters. The little minibus would drive you to the theatre, drop you off, see the show, little theatre, come back, get on bus, go back, and you had your pudding and you could chat about the show, and you stayed overnight. It's so nice to talk about a show you've all just seen.
that's something I actually do miss about theatres. I mean, I don't know if you remember the Joburg Theatre, they used to have the Punchline Pub.
The Punchline Pub, yeah.
And so people after the show could hang around and drink, and they would have comedians on.
And just chat.
Yeah, and they don't have that anymore.
I think
Everything
because Joburg's
shuts
kind
down
of become a
after the
little
show,
bit of
everyone
a...
leaves it.
Yeah, that restaurant is
It's a bit
closed
of a
down.
risk.
Well, at the moment they're just renovating.
Oh, they're renovating.
And they are upstairs on the second floor. And then they're going to be opening in October, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you'll also find that, like when the Alhambra was still open, they had the Anton van Vaux restaurant alongside, so you could have dinner, and the actors would come down and mingle with everyone. There wasn't this race of just having the photos taken and then everybody went home.
Yeah.
But it's not like that anymore.
Okay. Gentlemen, my last one from my side. I want to know from y'all, anybody that wants to get into theatre acting. Maybe there's a young guy that's watching that's motivated by this conversation. Would you encourage them to go into theatre?
Absolutely. I believe that it's if you've got it in you, why not? Why not just come up and show off what you've got? You know, so we always need new, fresh people that are passionate, first of all, and that, you know, can teach us new things, because sometimes as an actor you can somehow reach a ceiling a little bit. You need someone to actually maybe awaken also that spirit of going like, you know what, I once had it before, but you know, along the years I kind of like got used to it, but now that I'm seeing this newbie, oh my goodness, I need to step up.
Yeah.
So it's encouragement for us when new people come through, and you can always find an agent. You know, there's a PMA where you get to audition and you'll find someone to represent you.
Okay.
That's how you're actually going to get these auditions.
Yeah.
So PMA, it's well, what's it called? It's
Professional Management
Exactly.
Association, I think it's called.
Yeah. Check that on Google. Yeah, find any agent there. There are incredible agents listed there, so you can check
Publicists, they also call them in this country.
And also what you
Because we've
said
got some wonderful publicists.
with Pretoria Tech
Yeah.
going and studying as well.
Yeah, you can,
Oh,
you can,
places.
yes, you can study, but also if you don't have, you know, the funds to go there, and you can always contact these agencies, and they can check how the level that you're in, you know, because not all actors or performers that went to school are actually great, and I'm sorry to say this, but I mean, it's like that. I mean, I've done math at school, but I'm not great in it, so I can't say I'm a mathematician, because so not everyone actually after school wants to be on stage. Not everyone wants to be on stage. So if you don't have the funds to go get the training, just contact these agents and let them find out for you what level you're in. So if they feel like you're stage ready, then
You can look up a number of really good ones. Bridget van Euler, Colette Dawson, Deborah D'Souza. They are all on the theatre. They do Newmarket, they do State, they do Joburg Theatre. They're known amongst, and those are the three that everybody currently uses because they've been around for 20 years. So they know the audiences, they know the media. They're really good to have for your shows, for the shows. And I have a last question. Are you guys going to Hollywood?
He hasn't answered my question.
Well, the way I did it in the 80s was I started working at the restaurant as a waiter.
Okay.
And then they found that the owner who was put the shows on found out I could sing, so she put me in the camera. But I could sing, but I was terrified. So she eventually made me wear dark glasses. So my eyes weren't looking like...
Okay.
Like straight shot.
And that sort of taught me to look at the audience. Because when your eyes are darting around, that makes the audience very nervous. And so I learned a lot from that. And then eventually, after a few years of that, found out about auditions to musicals. I didn't really have any training as far as dance training, nothing. But I had to pick it up as I went along, and then got into musicals. And there was no stopping me, basically.
And People's Theatre is all over our branding as well, which is so awesome. So.
And as you're doing it, you get better and better and better as you're doing it, I think.
Yeah. Do often people around you, family, say stop acting? Like, do you get into characters to get away from the reality characters?
Not really with my family.
Oh, my sister always calls me a
like,
clown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my sister has a problem with me. She's like, you're never serious. That's the problem.
They
with
just
you.
think I'm
you're
weird.
Just a clown. Yeah, my sister thinks I'm weird.
You're just weird.
I'm just getting into my character. Like, nah. There's something wrong with you. There's just something wrong with you. Yeah. And also, man, to answer your question, if we're going to Hollywood, just show us the way. Show me the way. I don't know about Luch. If you could show me the way, send me the plane ticket, I'll be there.
I think I've missed.
But that
missed
means we'd miss. I think we should grow, and theatre in South Africa has grown. We just need more sponsors to take our theatre seriously, and it probably won't happen in our generation. It'll probably happen in the next. But we have got so much talent. When I watch that. Like when the guys go overseas, I mean, they come back because they just don't. I mean, what was his name? Vosloo, he went over, became the mummy.
But now he comes back and he's a big hero.
But he hasn't done anything else.
I don't think he has to.
Charlize, he doesn't have to. Got enough money. Charlize Theron.
Now he can pick and choose what he wants to do.
Oh yeah, Theron.
But I also think that theatre evolves all the time.
It does.
New things come, and then that might die out, but then something else will come along. It just changes but it still keeps going, which is brilliant.
Which is brilliant, yeah.
All right, your last parting words to anybody? Send a shout out to your family, the wife, or something.
Oh yes. To my darling wife, Bethany George. Yeah, because I need to say it right.
You gotta say it, man.
Sleep outside. Yeah, babe, love you so much, and to my family, you guys have been incredible, and to my friends, thank you for putting up with me. I know I'm not the easiest person to put up with, but hey, you guys are doing it, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Shout out to them. And your side?
My family as well. My mom, my 3 sisters, Franca, Daria, and Cinzia. I mean, they do put up with a lot. With me. Yeah.
Oh, Solo Mia, just reminiscent of a Solo Mia.
Yeah. Thank goodness for them. They've really helped me be where I am today, really. And I love them all.
Incredible, man. Thank you so much, Shenwan, for joining us on
Thanks
the studio.
for having us.
Yeah. This was an eye-opening discussion. Thank you very much. I've learned a lot about, children's theatre and, of course, the work that goes into it. There's so much preparation. I'm sure there are times where you're like away from the real life for like 2-3 months, just going into character and stuff like that. Yeah, and the people around you just have to understand what you do and give you that space. So shout out to them as well. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah,
come and see
incredible.
us.
Yes.
People's Theatre in Bloemfontein.
So the People's Theatre is in Bloemfontein at where, the Joburg Theatre?
In the Joburg Theatre.
Oh, it's the one on the side.
On the side at the top.
Yes, at the top.
Yes, beautiful. Man.
Loads of parking.
Yeah.
No issues with parking.
Yeah, and it's safe.
Very safe.
People mustn't think Bloemfontein is not, but it's safe.
The theatre is safe.
Yes. The theatre is
the theatre complex
and
is very
also
safe.
Bloemfontein is getting better.
Absolutely.
A lot better.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Geniene, so we getting ready for the second hour?
We are.
We've got another guest coming through on the other side of 12 o'clock.
We have,
And
and
we'll have
it's a surprise.
conversation. It's a surprise.
Yes.
All right.
It'll be a surprise even for me.
Oh,
Should we maybe stay for the surprise?
Absolutely. You're most welcome.
thank you very much, gentlemen. We appreciate you, and thank you for joining us today. This has been an incredible discussion, and really appreciate your time.